Hey, how's it going? Beautiful, what day is it? Thursday. Um, wow, I wanted to share some stuff that's been percolating in me the last little while. Um, I don't know, even a week ago, I was pretty frustrated and angry about being forced to the point of living in my trailer and kind of exiting the world. And now there's this gratitude. Um, I've been put in a quiet place that's away from a lot of other people's energy. It's in a RV park that's going to close down here in another month. Living in my trailer, and the calm and the beauty and serenity that's here, even though the weather's getting cold and I have to run a heater and that kind of stuff to stay warm. I still got lots of good blankets and lots of food and can just dress a little warmer. It's all good, but I'm also getting to see, I'd call it a front row seat of what's going on. If anybody's followed my timeline, you'll see that an emergency alert came out last night, demanding that we follow the rules and get the V. And a whole pile of new rules came out, and the rules make no freaking sense, and it's just like fear. I liken it to a bunch of children that aren't getting their way, and they're throwing a temper tantrum. And I'd love to be able to show people the rules. You can look it up. It was on the post at the bottom. But they're so convoluted, and they say you have to have this and you have to have that, and this cancels this and that cancels that, and nobody can really know what's going on. It's just a bunch of fears saying that you have to be compliant. So I look at it as an implosion, and I can see the reality of the world imploding, and I've found out that we here in Alberta are some of the leading people. We're up to 80% of people that have got taken that thing to protect themselves, and now they're testing even stronger measures to get 100% compliance. I don't know. I'm not going there, but watching the implosion, watching the pressures go on, like you'd think this is a place that's massively successful. And I don't want to really get into the story other than this story of this thing that's going on is forcing us to go inside ourselves. And we've been through lockdowns, we've been through all this other mess of what this control is. And every time I've been through it, it's showing a truer picture of who I am and what bothers me, where my fear comes from, and who I give that power to. So I said in the title of this, winning the battle inside. There's no real battle, but I will tell you, it sure frickin' feels like a battle when you're getting demanded all these things and you don't know how to believe and what's truth and why it is. And that very confusion is what forces me back into me. Because I can't believe, trust, know that anybody completely is telling the truth, because there's all these agendas and all this mixed messaging and craziness going on. So as I step inside and I get really, really calm, I find this kind of empty place. And some people would say empty, that sounds bad and whatever. No, it's the freaking calmest place I've ever seen. It doesn't have a bunch of rules. It doesn't have fear. It doesn't have a story going on. It's just me in my fullness. And by being in my fullness and then watching what shows up as I participate in the world, so listening to the stories, reading what shows up, the alerts, all these kind of things, I'm suddenly seeing my part in the world is based on my past beliefs, my past fears, my past all these things. So all of a sudden percolates up these fears. It's like, oh, here's a money concern. Oh, am I going to have enough money for next week? Oh, am I going to be able to go do this? Can I buy gas? What's going on? And I get to look at those things, and then it's like, okay, why is that? Why did I give myself lack of abundance? Why did I choose to have debt? Why did I choose to have all these things? Most people would say we didn't choose, and I agree to some extent in that it wasn't an active choice. It was just kind of pushed upon me, and I agreed. So now I'm participating in this thing that I have no abundance, and that abundance is only through money, and it means a home or whatever, but it isn't. It's behind that. It's deeper. So each time, like, I'm like, okay, I don't have a home right now in that old traditional way, but I got a perfectly good place here that's warm and dry, and I have all the food I need. All of a sudden, now that need is met. And it's in a way that I didn't expect. I'm not with the story of 3D reality saying this is the way it is. Hello, Zahana. Thank you for joining. And as I get more and more clear and calm that I'm an infinite being, I'm a divine creator, I'm creating, I realize how my story has forced me into not accepting that anymore, not being the fullest expression of myself, and it's crushed me. And it's made all these things that are bad and allows fear to attack me when I don't have a home or I don't feel I have money or whatever. And that fear is the very story. So now I look at it and it's like, okay, why is this fear here? I can feel it in my body. I can feel it visceral. There's a whole bunch of times where I've suffered with it and I believed it. And now I can look at it and make friends with it and say, okay, this isn't me. This isn't my divine presence. This isn't why I'm here. And as I've released that, something magical happens inside because the fear comes less, and I just sit in this ball of infinite light and energy and shine that into the world and shine it into all this craziness and shine it into all this stuff. And I no longer believe the craziness. I no longer feel controlled by it, and they lose their grip. And that's the inner battle. The inner battle isn't a fight or a swords or anything like that. It's a looking at every emotion that you have, every feeling, every bit of tightness, every pain, every bit of stuff that doesn't feel good, and making a choice. Why is it here? Why did I create this? Is it real? And you're going to find out more and more and more. All of it is illusion. The fear is illusion. I'm perfectly safe in this now moment, but if I look a week from now, I have no freaking idea what the world's going to do. If I look back in the past and try and say, okay, well, I did something wrong to get here, I can't fix it. I can't change it. I can't do nothing. So there becomes this release of calmness. It's like, okay, the battle is releasing all the things that no longer served and realizing that they didn't. And then realizing how simple it is. I choose to not worry about my divorce. I choose not to worry about debt. I choose not to worry about those things. And somehow it'll work out. And when you're in that place of trust, stuff does work out. And magic starts to happen, and better outcomes come. And saying positive affirmations. I'm abundant. I'm loving. I have a partner. I have all the things that I need every day, and I do. So how many times do you should or could, or we used to call it like shitting on yourself, should or could? I should be abundant. I'm not even going to say those things, but and it would turn off our ability to have it in the now. So right now, I am abundant. I am loving. I am magic. I am ascending. I am powerful. I am clearing myself of this world craziness in here right now. And guess what? That projects out to everything I see around me. So I give that gift to other people. And other people start to say, holy cow, I believe in that. I feel that energy and I feel a new world coming. So that new world is coming through me by releasing all the old stories, all the old programming, all the old 3D stuff, and making a new choice and saying, in my world, I can't have that. I don't need that. I'm having to stand outside of society right now and be questioned by family and friends and stuff like that I'm crazy because I want a better way. I want my infinite power and abundance to come back to me organically, and that's not going to come by following the rules. And that doesn't mean crashing the system and fighting and going on marches and all this kind of stuff. Following the rules is in my heart first. So to change this world outside, I just shine light into it and I say, that's not true. That's not real. Speak the truth. Share that truth with others. And then that seed is planted and magic happens. So if you're scared or feeling outside of yourself, go in a quiet space and just start to see, is this thing serving me? Is this giving my power away? Is this belittling me? And I'm seeing more and more and more. I gave it to my outside reality, so the reality was steering me instead of me being an infinite creator. That doesn't mean, holy shit, look at all these miracles showed up. No, it means trusting that it comes and starting to see the small things, and then the bigger things start to come. And I can see those. Those are imminent. They're all around me because my positive vibes, my positive intention, my belief that things are getting better is creating. And if we just sit in that fear, holy shit, this is going to get worse, and you feel crunched in your chest, guess what? It's creating too. So just take a deep breath, retract from the world, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, and just breathe. Watch a movie or something that's light and uplifting. Breathe. And you'll be so surprised. The more and more time you spend with yourself, and the more and more you realize that stuff is just crushing you, you won't accept it inside you. And then that vibe goes out into the world. So try it. It's what I'm seeing. You can see it in my face. I'm so calm now. I'm so happy now. I see this stuff going on in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with the world? Why did this happen? Why is this happening? And I just say, no more. It's done. Right here. And a little wave goes out. And they lose their power. They lose their power. And more and more people that are getting crushed by this that say, no fucking more. Poof. They'll evaporate. And something beautiful is going to happen afterwards. So that's how simple it is. It just feels like we got to struggle against it and fight. And it's world crushing and all this kind of stuff. It's not. Just go inside and just disengage the pieces. And we're going to be that quiet mass that's in behind, just gently pushing the world to a better choice. And they have no choice now. It's already won, and craziness is ensuing because they don't know what else to do. So it starts here. There's no battle. The battle within is feeling all your emotions to their depth and then making a choice. Is that serving me? And then you've won. So, love you. Have a great day. Hopefully this helps, and come back with your questions, with anything you need. Thank you, Zahana, for listening, and have a great day, everyone. Love you all.